What if some of the most famous brands that you can think of were turned into people? What would they look like? What would they act like? Be like? Well, I will do this little experiment with a few of my favorite brands in this video. And I have saved my favorite design for last, so be sure to stick around till then. You won't be disappointed. First up, Starbucks, the big coffee house chain that is like really good. But before I can even sketch out any of these characters, I compiled a list of random things or words that just remind me of the brand. And when I say random, it's just random, bro. Like, I'll explain them eventually, but you just have to stick through it for now. So the list for Starbucks consists of cozy, green, aesthetic, I don't know if I spelled that right, maximalist, someone working on their laptop, and finally big jewelry, which kind of goes with the maximalist vibe, but I don't know. Overall, I get the vibe of a matcha maximalist girly pop who likes to come to Starbucks and lock in on her finance job, like work on her computer, because a lot of people actually do that at Starbucks, and I feel like that's what the Starbucks company really wants for their brand. Like, I think with the way that they have their shops laid out and decorated, they really want it to be like a nice space for people to enjoy their product and just hang out, which is so much more different than the upcoming characters, but we gotta stick on this one. So the color scheme, of course, needs to be green because Starbucks is green, so it just has to work like that. But I'm thinking more of like a deeper green paired with some blue and gold jewelry accents. Then, of course, our matcha girly needs to be holding a matcha. That's what I can think of her overall looks, but what about her personality? What would she act like? So for this portion, I have actually done some research. That's insane. And I never thought I'd actually know this much about Starbucks. So I have learned that the Starbucks logo and the name was based off of Moby Dick, and the brand started out as just selling beans and tea bags and stuff. Wow, I'm so knowledgeable, guys. I'm sure you learned something new as well. Now, after that research, I immediately thought that this girly pop should be a bookworm because of that Moby Dick fact. So she loves reading, specifically old literature. Then with everything else, I think it would be fitting if she was also like obsessed with improvement. Like I said before, she would have something like a finance or a tech job, and like she would start out small and then maybe end up working for like the best of the best or something. I don't know. But here is our finished character. How do we like? I think she fits the vibe very well, especially with the bag where she can have like her books and her laptop and stuff. So there we go. Our first famous brand is done. Now with this next one, the vibes are a little bit different, but Oreo. And bro, sorry for the random fact, but did you know that Oreo is the #1 selling cookie in the world? In the world, like the world, bro. Like, I did not know it was that big. I thought it was, I don't know, something like freaking I don't even know. But you know what? It just makes all the decisions that I made for this character design even better. So let's start out with the list of the words for this one. We have black and white, yin and yang with question marks, fancy, intricate, double flavor, which led me to double personalities, which led me to opposing personalities of bubbly and selfish, and selfish led me to rich, like the rich flavor part of the Oreo. I don't even know. Really just a whole lot of jumbled up ideas and brainstorming. But like the last one, let's start out with the appearance. So I know it's a bit odd, but Oreo gives me a kind of sophisticated vibe because, first of all, look at that design, bro. You cannot tell me that that's not fancy. And secondly, it's the #1 cookie brand in the world, so of course they need to be a bit more sophisticated than everyone else. But as I said before, I wanted 2 different personalities because the Oreo has like 2 different flavors because it's like the cream and then like the chocolate cookie, and they're like really stark opposites. So I need to make this like driven CEO girly pop just look the opposite, so look bubbly on the outside, which is really what I went for this design. Then for the colors, I wanted it to be like black and white for the Oreo, of course, and then blue for the actual branding because it's a signature blue. So I made her hair black and white, and her fancy suit needed to be like dark blue, which honestly that's my favorite color scheme of the entire video. But now for the personality, which it isn't my absolute favorite. That's the next one that we're gonna do, but it's pretty good. So I've already kind of talked about it, but since the cookie has 2 different tastes, the girly pop must have 2 different personalities. And I know I said before that I wanted her to be like bubbly and selfish, but I kind of want to change it up to bubbly and strict because she also seems like the CEO business girly pop. So she must bring out her strict side when she's in the CEO era, and then like whenever you get to know her more, like, she's bubbly and like nice. And this is the final product. Like, I actually really like this design, bro. I might turn her into one of my regular OCs. I don't know. But the next one, I love it even more, don't you worry. So it's also kind of funny for this one because there are so many freaking people who are addicted, really addicted. Personally, I know like 2 or 3. Think of your friends because I'm sure you know at least one person that is addicted to this product. But this brand is Dr. Pepper. I'm also kind of keeping in mind that so many people are so freaking addicted to it whenever I'm doing this design. Anyways, here is the list. Red, sugar, non-serious, opposite of doctor, hyper, and class clown. I find it kind of ironic that the drink is called Dr. Pepper because it's a sugary drink, and I'm pretty sure doctors would not be happy about it. But I know a lot of people who base designs off of this lean into the doctor vibes, but I'm kind of doing the opposite here because sugary drink, that's not a doctor. So I really think that this person, this character, would not really have a care in the world because they know that so many people are already so addicted, so they don't have to try anymore. So I feel like the girly pop would have the vibe that she just isn't putting in any energy anymore and doesn't care what others think because she already knows that she is great, and that makes me lean more towards like the baggy tee, the sandals, the tattoo, the neon dyed hair. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting from that. It's difficult to explain. I'm so very sorry. And of course, she must have the color scheme of Dr. Pepper. So Dr. Pepper red and deep brown for the Dr. Pepper drink. And she must also be wearing her own merch because she already knows that it's so peak. She already knows that she's so peak. Then with the personality, I've kind of really already explained it, but since Dr. Pepper is so wildly loved, she doesn't really need to change herself for anyone and is confident in who she is. I know it's cheesy, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But she also kind of likes a bit of everything because Dr. Pepper, no one can freaking pinpoint the exact flavor it is. They just know it's good. So the girly pop, she knows that everything is so loved, so she just loves everything, but nobody can pinpoint an exact thing of what she loves. So her personality is kind of just everywhere. And here is the finished result. I don't really like how the eyes turned out. The eyes are a little off, but everything else is a vibe, so I'm good with it. Overall, I really enjoyed making all of these characters. I think I actually somewhat fit the brands. Like, we got Starbucks, Oreo, Dr. Pepper. They're all amazing. And let me know which one was your favorite in the comments. Also, guys, you should come up with their names because I'm not that creative with the names. So that would be cool. That would be great. And tell me what other brands I should try because I think I might make a part 2 of this video. But now it is time for the amazing outro. So we do a few things here, but first of all, at the time I'm recording this, I just hit 5,000 subscribers. What do you mean? Whatever do you mean? That is insane. So thank you for that. But anyway, now if you don't know what to draw, the weekly challenge is to draw your OC or yourself in the aesthetic of what you think the world would look like in, I don't know, 1,000 years or something. Just seems really fun. Like, draw yourself in the future, like a tech vibe. I don't even know. That's just a cool idea. And if you do that, be sure to tag me or post it in my community because I would love to see all of your amazing art. And here's our weekly reminder to not use AI. Got it? Good. And then a writing update. I am editing chapter 29 and I'm at like 52,000 words. And if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps me out, and I'm sure you will enjoy the video on the screen right now. So I will see you there, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.